Iran, officially the Islamic Republic of Iran and formerly known internationally as Persia. Persia and Iran have been used interchangeably in cultural context. However, Iran is the name used officially in political context. The name Iran is a cognate of Aryan and means land of the Aryans. Iran is located in Central Eurasia, located on the northeastern shore of the Persian Gulf and the southern shore of the Caspian Sea. The 18th largest country in the world in terms of area at 1,648,195 square kilometers, Iran has a population of over 70 million. It is a country of special geostrategic significance due to its central location in Eurasia. Iran is bordered on the north by Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Turkmenistan. As Iran is a littoral state of the Caspian Sea, which is an inland sea and a condominium, Kazakhstan and Russia are also Iran's direct neighbors to the north. Iran is bordered on the east by Afghanistan and Pakistan, on the south by the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman, and by the west, Turkey and Iraq. Tehran is the capital with a population of close to 8 million people and is the country's largest city and the political, cultural, commercial, and industrial center of the nation. Iran is one of the world's most mountainous countries, its landscapes dominated by rugged mountain ranges that separate various basins or plateaus from one another. The populous western part is the most mountainous, with ranges such as the Caucasus, Zagros, and Alborz mountains, the latter containing Iran's highest point, Mount Damavand, at 5,610 meters, 18,400 feet. Mount Logan in Canada is 5,959 meters, which is not only the country's highest peak but also the highest mountain on the Eurasian landmass west of the Hindu Kush. The northern part of Iran is covered by dense rainforest called Shomal, or the jungles of Iran. The eastern part consists mostly of desert basins such as the Dashti Kevir, Iran's largest desert, in the north-central portion of the country, and the Dashti Lut in the east, as well as some salt lakes. Iran's wildlife is composed of several animal species, including bears, gazelles, wild pigs, wolves, jackals, panthers, Eurasian lynx, and foxes. Other domestic animals include sheep, goats, cattle, horses, water buffalo, donkeys, and camels. The pheasant, partridge, stork, eagles, and falcon are also native to Iran. Iran's history can be divided into three major periods. The first being early history, 3200 BC to 625 BC. Dozens of prehistoric sites across the Iranian plateau point to the existence of ancient cultures and urban settlements in the 4th millennium BC. Centuries before the earliest civilizations arose in nearby Mesopotamia, Proto-Iranians first emerged following the separation of Indo-Iranians and are traced to the Bactria-Margiana archaeological complex. Aryan, Proto-Iranian tribes arrived in the Iranian plateau in the 3rd and 2nd millennium BC, probably more than one wave of immigration, and settled as nomads. The Medes are credited with the unification of Iran as a nation and empire, 1625 to 559 BC, the largest of its day, until Cyrus the Great established a unified empire of the Medes and Persians, leading to the Achaemenid Empire, 559 to 330 BC, and further unification between peoples and cultures. Following power struggle of Cambyses' death, Darius I was declared king. He ruled between 522 and 486 BC. Under Cyrus the Great and Darius the Great, the Persian Empire eventually became the largest and most powerful empire in human history up until that point. The borders of the Persian Empire stretched from the Indus and Oxus rivers in the east to the Mediterranean Sea in the west, extending through Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, and Egypt. The rules and ethics emanating from Zoroaster's teachings were strictly followed by the Achaemenids, who introduced and adopted policies based on human rights, equality, and banning of slavery. The second period is the early modern era, 1501 to 1921. Iran's first encompassing Shia Islamic state was established under the Safavid dynasty, 1501 to 1722, by Shah Ismail I. The Safavid dynasty soon became a major political power and promoted the flow of bilateral state contacts. The Safavid peak was during the rule of Shah Abbas the Great. The third period is recent history, 1921 to present. In 1925, Reza Khan threw the weakening Qajar dynasty and became Shah. Reza Shah initiated industrialization, railroad construction, and the establishment of a national education system. Reza Shah sought to balance Russian and British influence, but when World War II started, his nascent ties to Germany alarmed Britain and Russia. The Iranian Revolution, also known as the Islamic Revolution, began in January 1978 with the first major demonstrations against the Shah. Greater Iran is home to one of the richest artistic traditions in the world history and encompasses many disciplines, including architecture, painting, weaving, pottery, calligraphy, metalworking, and stonemasonry. Carpet weaving is one of the most distinguished manifestations of Persian culture and art, and dates back to ancient Persia. Persians were among the first to use mathematics, geometry, and astronomy in architecture, and also have extraordinary skills in making massive domes which can be seen frequently in the structure of bazaars and mosques. Iran ranks 7th among countries in the world with the most archaeological architectural ruins and attractions from antiquity as recognized by UNESCO. Ancient Iranians built qanats and yakhchels to provide and keep water. The first windmill appeared in Iran in the 9th century. Iranians contributed significantly to the current understanding of astronomy, natural science, medicine, mathematics, and philosophy. Mohammad Khwarizmi is widely hailed as the father of algebra. Ethanol or alcohol was first identified by Persian alchemists such as Zachariah Razi. Throughout the Middle Ages, the natural philosophy and mathematics of the ancient Greeks and Persians were furthered and preserved within Persia. The Academy of Gundashapur was a renowned center of learning in the city of Gundashapur during late antiquity and was the most important medical center in the ancient world during the 6th and 7th centuries. One of the major holidays in Iran is Nowruz. In harmony with the rebirth of nature, the Iranian New Year celebration, or Nowruz, always begins on the first day of spring. Nowruz ceremonies are symbolic representations of two ancient concepts, the end and the rebirth, or good and evil. A few weeks before the new year, Iranians clean and rearrange their homes. They make new clothes, bake pastries, and germinate seeds as a sign of renewal. The traditional herald of Nowruz season is a man called Haji Firuz. He symbolizes the rebirth of the Sumerian god of sacrifice, Dumuzi, who killed at the end of each year and reborn at the beginning of the new year. He usually uses face paint and makes his skin black and wears a red costume. Then he sings and dances through the streets with tambourines and trumpets, spreading good cheer and heralds the coming of the new year. Apart from Iran, the celebration has spread in many other parts of the world, especially parts which belong to the Greater Iran, including parts of West Asia, Central Asia, South Asia, northwestern China, and the Caucasus, between Kurdish population of Turkey, the Crimea, Albania, Bosnia, Kosovo, and the Republic of Macedonia. One of Nowruz's traditions is Hafseen. Hafseen is a traditional table decorated with at least 7 or halved symbolic objects, nutrients, or plants beginning with the Persian letter S or Sin. They often consist of hyacinth, sambal, which blooms in the springtime, symbolizing the rebirth of nature. Red apples, sib, symbolizes beauty and health. The spice sumac. Sumac is said to be the spice of life and symbolizes the color of sunrise. Garlic, sir, is symbolizing medicine. Vinegar, serke, is a symbol of patience and fermentation. Coins, seke, the coins represent wealth and hopes for prosperity. Bohemian olives, Senged, a dish of germinated wheat or barley seeds. Sabze represent the fertility of the land in spring. On behalf of the St. John Iranian community, we wish you a Happy New Year! Nowruz Pirus.